You know, wow. I tried walking into this movie with an open mind. They had only released one trailer for this movie. Not a good sign. The review embargo was lifting the day before the movie releases in theaters. Never a good sign. Sony's track record has been pretty spotty over the last couple of years. The first Venom, I think it's a fun movie. I actually enjoy that one. Venom 2 is a huge drop off in my opinion. I think that the post-credit scene saved it at the time, and then they kind of just reverted it back in No Way Home, so it kind of seemed inconsequential. And then you look back at Venom 2 and you're like, it's not that great. Morbius, God, I feel like there's people out there that like the movie and enjoy it because it's somewhat fun, but it's just a bad movie. So I went into this one, guys, it's awful. It's so bad. I don't understand how they could possibly look at Morbius. They go, okay, we're gonna take the same exact writers from Morbius, the same people that wrote this garbage, and we're gonna put them on a Madam Web movie, a character that most people have never heard of. We're gonna get all these attractive actresses, we're gonna put them in this movie, we're gonna convince them that it's a Marvel Studios joint, we're gonna edit the movie on a 7-year-old's iPad, and then we're gonna put it out in theaters. That essentially sums up this movie. It is honestly baffling to me that this movie made it to theaters. It is astoundingly terrible. The dialogue is awful. The acting is very bad, and I don't consider any of these actresses bad actresses, especially Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney. I've seen more of them than I have the other two actresses, but no one gives like a solid performance in this movie. Everything just comes off as cringy, half-assed. It just throughout this entire movie, I'm sitting here thinking, how did this movie get made? Genuinely, how did this happen? The overall feel of this movie, the tone, it's just all over the place. It feels like it's not taking itself seriously. So how do you expect the audience to take it seriously? And trust me, this is a movie that they wanted you to take seriously. This wasn't like a Deadpool or, She-Hulk, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing where it's kind of jokey. They wanted you to take this seriously, and they try to throw humor in here. It doesn't work at all. The actual Spider-Man references and all of the Spider-Man mythology in this movie, completely wasted. All of the footage we saw of these actresses in their main costumes and their Spider-Woman costumes, you basically see all of it in the trailers. There was an overall cool premise to this movie. The idea was there. Execution was terrible. The idea of Ezekiel Sims being able to see into the future, see his demise, see who's responsible for that demise, and then go after those people is a good idea, but it's just done terribly. Ben Parker is in this, played by Adam Scott. It's literally just a glorified cameo. He is in this movie for no reason. Based off of the trailers and some of the early rumors, I thought that he was going to be a big integral part of this movie. Not even a little bit. Mary Parker is also in this movie, the mother of Peter Parker. Again, completely wasted. And you guys can probably tell by my voice and my face, I'm very defeated. And I should have expected to be defeated. And I really was expecting this movie to be bad, especially after the first reactions that I saw last night. But I don't even think those reactions quite prepared me for how bad and just, wow. I'm just baffled at how bad this movie turned out to be, honestly. And earlier I said the movie didn't work for me humor-wise, nor did it really work for anybody in my audience. The only times I ever heard people laughing were people laughing at the movie. Like, there are just a few moments in this movie that are pure cringe, and everybody in my theater just started laughing because of how bad and how just unprofessional this movie is. And by unprofessional, I mean this movie had no right going to a theater, more or less being just put on the CW. If I saw this movie on the CW, I would also be disappointed. I've really tried with Sony's Spider-Man universe, but it's not working. I have zero faith in Kraven the Hunter at this point. I have almost zero faith in Venom 3 at this point. The only thing that makes me excited for Venom 3 is Tom Hardy because I like his portrayal of Venom. Sony would be absolutely screwed without the guidance from the MCU and Kevin Feige with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and then having Phil Lord and Christopher Miller on for their animated stuff. Without any of that, I don't know what they'd be doing right now. With just all of this content, holy balls. And like I said, there's really nothing to spoil in this movie. Nothing of importance happens. It's not connected to anything. There's no post-credit or mid-credit scene. And not that all of the interconnectiveness of this universe is what makes it important and what makes it good, or in this case, makes it bad. But with a character like Madam Web, you would think that they would try to connect all of these different universes in one way or another. This whole Sony Spider-Man universe just needs put to bed. Honestly, it needs shot in the head. If Kraven is anywhere near as bad as this movie, I'm out. I will not see Venom 3. I will not see it. And the fact that Sony is expecting people to go and see this movie on Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day weekend, spend their hard-earned money to see this garbage, is just mind-blowing. And I complained about there being no connections to anything significant in this movie. That's probably a good thing. I could see why Sony was like, yeah, let's just not connect this to anything, because this is shit. So with all that said, thoroughly disappointed with this movie, but not surprised at all. I'm going to give this one a 1 out of 5. Don't know why I'm even giving it 1. But if you guys seen Madam Web, I really hope for your sanity you haven't. If you have, are you okay? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys found this review more entertaining than the actual movie itself. And I'll see you all in the next one.